Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for listening to this. My name is Otten-Sweeney. I'm a National Sales Director, and this is going to be just 10 minutes of a bird's eye view into a piece of our marketing plan with Mary Kay that we don't frequently talk about. And not because it's top secret, but just because I don't know why. It's for the national sales directors, but in this economy, this is an important feature, compensation that Mary Kay offers that we need more women to be aware of. So if you're listening to this, this may open your eyes to a facet of Mary Kay that you didn't know was available. You may think of women, friends, family that, you know what, she would be a good national sales director. She's a leader in whatever she does. She needs a plan A right now, or she wants a plan B, and this would be a great plan B for her if something happens to her plan A. So as you're listening to what I'm sharing, please think of women that you would like to share this with, because if you share it with someone and she becomes a consultant on your consultants team, you're gonna get a referral, $50 in free Mary Kay product. And I just know in this economy that we have right now, there are lots of women that are looking for what Mary Kay has to offer, but Mary Kay Inc. does not recruit. It's only you meeting someone in Mary Kay that will share with you, not just that you could start for $30 or $130, not just that you could get your things at half off because we buy for $1 and sell for $2, not just that we have no quotas or territories, so you don't have to do anything, not just that this could be for an extra $500 a month, which honestly, right now, more than 50% of the households in America need. An alarming statistic is that American families right now, the average American family, over half is $1,000 away from a financial breakdown. Like if they have a refrigerator go out, they're devastated financially because something else is not going to be paid for, or it's going to be put on a credit card. And so we are great at telling you about the how to get into Mary Kay. Maybe you have heard about our car program for all levels, the Malibu, the Equinox, the Cadillac. You may have seen the pink Escalades, which is what a Mary Kay National can pick, or $1,500 a month cash option. But I want to tell you about the National Sales Director position. No one starts here, but you can get into this position as quickly as you are willing to find 20 women who want to be sales directors. And then you have to be appointed by Mary Kay, which means that you can't have done anything illegal in the process of building your 20 directors, which, I mean, there's no reason to have to do anything that is not legal. So a national sales director, everyone starts with the consultant number, has all those opportunities I shared with you. But as a national, you are responsible for teaching women to teach women how to build Mary Kay businesses. You're the coach of coaches. And Mary Kay created this position before she passed because she wanted to make sure that when she was gone, this company would have a checks and balance system, meaning that Mary Kay corporate keeps us legal, does our websites, makes amazing products. I was just on an NSD call and I just saw the whole product line for the next year, 12 months coming out, gonna blow your socks off. Like, you guys be so excited you're in Mary Kay. So right for the times and so right for matching up our business needs, because we're not about just selling products. It's making sure we have the right products to get to the right women, to find the women that need the Mary Kay opportunity, to be able to build their business by God first, family second, career third, that they want to empower and encourage other women and be paid what they're worth in the process of it. Mary Kay created this position, the National Sales Director position. It was her succession planning. She wanted to make sure that we would protect the culture, the traditions, and the principles of a company, that she wanted us always to do our business based on the golden rule, treating other people how you want to be treated yourself. She wanted us always to see every woman when you walked into a party, not with dollar signs in your eyes, but see that woman with the sign around her neck saying, make me feel important. Not what's in it for me, what's in it for you. Like true servant leadership. And Mary Kay Ash also believed that every single human being, and we focus on women, have a seed of greatness planted in them by God that it's our job to encourage out. And so that's the checks and balance system. We're out here teaching women how to build their business and protecting the traditions, principles, and culture. And how much foresight did Mary Kay have? Or Mary, she probably couldn't have had that much foresight that in 60 years, I get on LinkedIn all these different, oh, you'd be great for this job. You'd be great for that job. And I read through the things, and then you get to the part that like the political correctness, the corporate responsibility stuff. I'm like, oh, I would get fired in a day. I'm a merit system girl. I don't care what color your skin is, what age you are. I just want to know that you are going to do a good job. And I loved this from the start because it was a merit system. And I hadn't seen that in the corporate America environments that I had been out of business school. And so this national sales director position, of course, you get the escalade. The escalades are on 3-year rotation. So every 3 years, you pick up a $90,000 plus a year car. Every year, there's an all expense paid trip for you and a spouse. Now it could be a guest. So some people, the women who are widowed, one's taking their 87-year-old mom this year. I've had women who are divorced and they're taking a, adult son with them, or a sister. One woman, her husband had died of Alzheimer's. And so she took her friend whose husband had also died of Alzheimer's at young ages in their 50s and took her after the 10 years that they both had been through and met each other in a support group. So that's a cool thing every year. This year, the company's rented the whole Silver Seas cruise ship. So it's just the nationals and their guest. And they're launching from Venice. Then there is Croatia. There's a Greek Isle cruise, and you end up back in Athens. All expenses paid by Mary Kay every year. And you have your income that you're making, but something that we don't frequently talk about is the family security program. And this is what I want to educate you about, because I was reminded today on an NSD call that they did sharing with the nationals. We're ending a Mary Kay year right now. We're in April when I'm doing this. We end our Mary Kay year in June. July 1st, we start another one. So usually we would do this on an NSD trip, but they started doing it on Zoom in case people weren't on an NSD trip. And so they told us what's going on for the whole year. So we're prepared as we're coaching women building their businesses moving forward. And Nathan Moore, who is the global sales manager. So of all of our 40 countries, he's the president of global sales. And he was sharing, he was our chief legal officer when Mary Kay started the family security program in the early 90s. So he was responsible for the legalities of this. So he knows the whole ins and outs of it. And he said, was the lead in to our meeting today. He goes, I want to tell you guys about this because we don't talk about this enough. And he said, I'm reminded right now to talk about it because my brother's wife was just diagnosed with MS, and she's in her early 50s and she's a teacher. And so they've been doing a lot of research on disability. And he goes, I want to share with you something that's built into the NSD program is that if you've been a national for 1 year, you have disability insurance from Mary Kay that is it's going to vary depending on what your production has been with the company, but it's going to be at least 40% of what you've made a month. The company pays you for 15 years disability with survivor benefits. If anything happens to you after you've been a national for 1 year or after, obviously, your family, whoever your beneficiaries are that get $200,000 immediately. And then they get, even if you've only been a national for 1 year, 40% every month for 15 years. And then if you go on to retire as a national, or you have been a national for 5 or more years, then you get 60% of what you've averaged 3 out of the last 5 years. You guys think about that. You know, Nathan was saying, he goes, you guys, no one has this. No company will ever have this. No direct selling company, no company, period. I live in Metro Detroit, auto capital of the world. And one of the reasons my daughter started her Mary Kay business was because in 2008 and 9, when the housing and the auto industry crashed, she saw many, both my kids were in high school then. They saw many of their friends, both parents, lose jobs, high-paying engineering jobs, lost homes, marriages. It was a mess. And that was considered a very safe industry. You know, when I grew up, if you worked for the auto industry, you were safe. And then we realized you weren't really. And I was in retail management out of college, and then we saw all the brick and mortar stores after 9/11, and then after this pandemic closed, ooh, that wasn't safe. We always thought everyone would always go to a mall and they would always shop. We know now that's not true. And what we're seeing now is in education and healthcare, the shifts. But we need more women knowing about this, that you could have that financial security. You're obviously getting your starter kit. You're obviously teaching women how to use the product, feel better about their skin with the 5th largest global beauty brand in the world. You're still backed by a family-owned, debt-free company. You can take advantage of the CAR program as you move up the career path, the income from selling the product at 50%, the 4 to 13% personal team building, not multi-level from Mary Kay, not your upline. Your leadership directors bonuses can be, gosh, we have sales directors that make $25,000 a year. We have sales directors that make $750,000 a year. It depends on how many people you are leading and mentoring. And then you can be a national sales director. The fastest it's been done is 22 months. Diana Planko came to this country with a law degree, and her law degree was worth nothing in the United States. So she was cleaning houses. Someone offered her the Mary Kay opportunity, and she saw the value. And she's now one of the inner circle top nationals in all of Mary Kay. And I remember when I debuted as a national sales director, one of the women had been a teacher in Ohio her whole career, her husband, his whole career in teaching. And that was a school system in Ohio that had put all their teachers' retirement in Enron stock. Remember Enron? Totally bankrupt, illegal stuff, bad news. They had no retirement after all those decades of educating. And again, something that people thought was going to be safe. So I wanted to share this recording so that we can get this information out faster and wider than we have. Will everyone that started a Mary Kay business want to be a national? No. But you know what? We'll miss them if we don't tell everyone about this piece of it. Because when I started Mary Kay, there wasn't a national sales director retirement program. I came in though to be a national because they told me about being a national, and I went to the Mary Kay seminar in my first 45 days of Mary Kay and saw the national sales directors and saw the $1 million directors. So people can't make a decision unless we give them the information to make that decision on. And it's our job. Mary Kay depended on us as we head into our 60th anniversary and beyond. She is depending on us to get this information out because Mary Kay corporate can't recruit. It's our job to share. So if there's anything about this that appeals to you, get your questions answered. So you can, it's only a $30 or $130 decision, but all of these things could be part of your future. And I look back in my 37 years in Mary Kay, you know, if I knew then what I know now, I would not have stressed out about writing a $100 post-dated check and worrying about my credit card debt and worrying that I needed that $100 and worrying that I worked 80 hours a week and I was getting married and my husband was becoming a federal agent and we were going to be transferred somewhere I didn't know and what my friends would think. I wouldn't have thought about those things at all I would have written that post-dated check as faster than Who Skinned the Cat, and I would have been off and running sharing this product and opportunity. So please don't make a decision based on fiction versus fact, fear versus faith. And if there's anything about this that appeals to you, join us. If not, please pass it on. And how do I end the recording?